why I suddenly thought when I got a card holder in it that it was going to work and be great and be fabulous, bang to the head type territory. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to talk to you about some of my luxury regrets, and in today's video we have 8 of my recent luxury regrets, 8 things that just did not work out that I regret buying. And I thought, what a happy way for me to spend a Saturday morning filming this for you. But I find these videos really helpful because I think it helps other people if they're thinking about any of these items to see whether or not they would be interested in them or they think they would work out for them. And the first has to be one of my all-time biggest luxury regrets. This is in the whole time that I've been buying luxury, the whole time I've been interested in this stuff. One of my biggest luxury regrets has to be the Victorine wallet. And that maybe sounds a bit dramatic for a wallet whenever it's not a huge amount of money compared to some of the bags and money that I may have lost in the past. But it's because, if you know the story of this, my husband and my children bought me this for Mother's Day and I picked it. And I thought this was going to be the wallet that revolutionised all wallets. I thought I was suddenly going to go from using my card holder to using this proper wallet. I was so excited for it to come. When it did come, I got all my cards out, I was setting it up, and I realised really quickly it just wasn't going to work for me. I had historically always used a long wallet in bigger bags. In my work bag, I had the Louis Vuitton zippy wallet, the long one that you can keep your money flat in. And when I am in mini bags or smaller bags, I always use a card holder. But I thought I would use this small wallet and I just didn't actually look at it first. I didn't try it. I didn't go into the store and look at it. I didn't watch any YouTube reviews on it. I didn't look at it at all. I just looked on the website and thought it was pretty and thought that this is what I wanted, and I asked my husband to buy that for me for Mother's Day from him and the children. And the thing about that is my husband doesn't generally buy luxury items, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, whatever. He is not really a luxury shopper. He thinks we're all a bit crazy with the money that we spend on these things. He thinks I'm certifiable, but he can get over it. But it's not something that he does very often. So I really wanted the luxury piece that they were buying to be very special and to be something that I used a lot. And I thought that I would use this every day. And I thought that every time I took this out, it would remind me of my husband and my children and all those happy memories, and it would be fabulous. But it didn't work. I've used this a handful of times. It's actually in the vlog sale, which is probably already gone live whenever this video goes out. It's brand new condition. The card slots are completely hardly moved at all. They're not actually. It's hardly used, and it's just because it didn't work. I don't use wallets really anymore. What I do use is either the recto verso or the long card holder from Louis Vuitton. The long, I think it's actually from the men's collection. There's a zip part for coins. Your cards go in. It's flat. It fits in all these bags. It's not just as bulky as this. I actually find it easier to get the cards in and out of. I find the card slot or the coin slot a little bit easier, because this one, because it hasn't been used, I suppose it would have loosened if I used it, but this one is still quite tight to get things in out of. And I just didn't use it. And I really regret asking them to buy me this as my Mother's Day piece when they haven't bought another luxury piece since. It's not what we do in gift giving really within my home. Most of these I've bought as gifts for myself. So when I was getting it from them, I really wish I had done my research. I had watched YouTube videos. I had seen it in the store. I tried it. I tried putting cards in it, out of it, and I had taken more time. I'm so impulsive, but I had taken more time and thought about it and researched it to make sure the piece they were buying actually worked. If they had bought me the recto verso or the long card holder that I currently use, I would have been delighted. I use that all the time. It would have worked out perfectly. It would have been from them. It was what I imagined this to be, even though I never use a wallet anymore, and I just wish I had put more thought into it and actually researched what was going to work. And because that's from them, that's one of my biggest luxury regrets. Number 2 is sticking with Louis Vuitton, and it's in here and it's brand new and it's never ever used. And this is also in the vlog sale because I actually for a while forgot I had this, which is bad at this type of spending, and it is the Louis Vuitton flat card holder in the reverse monogram. Now, I've just sat and told you about how a card holder is what works for me, but I have a Louis Vuitton flat card holder in the bright pink colours of the Eclipse collection. So it's got the giant monogram on one side and it's got Louis Vuitton monogram on this side, but it's all pinks. Perfect for me. Absolutely perfect for me. Bright colours. That is the one I always use when I use mini bags. That is the one I always look for. I bought this and I didn't even take it out of the box. complete regret, should never have bought this, waste of money. The reason I bought this is I got caught up in the hype. This is one of those pieces that whenever the card holder came out in reverse monogram, this particular card holder was all over social media, all over Instagram. It was really hot. It was really hard to find, hard to get. And the reverse monogram card holder was just one of those things I decided I wanted to have. I had to have. Completely influenced, completely caught up in the hype. I don't really like reverse monogram. I prefer the traditional monogram. I don't really like the colour of that. So why I suddenly thought when I got a card holder in it that it was going to work and be great and be fabulous, bang to the head type territory. But I got caught up in the hype. I got caught up in the FOMO. I got caught up in the had to have, and I had to have it. And I bought it and I've never used it, never once, didn't take it out of the box. I must have put it away at some point because I actually forgot it was here, which is crazy. And that has to go, and that's a complete regret because I never should have bought that in the first place. If I had thought for one moment, you don't like reverse monogram and you have a brightly coloured card holder from Louis Vuitton that you love, why ban this one? Giving Louis Vuitton a break for number 3, let's go to these Nike trainers, and these are the low dunk trainers. Now, I don't regret buying Nike low dunk trainers because I love them, but I regret buying these ones. And the reason I regret buying these ones is I saw the orange. I love bright colours. I'm very impulsive. And I bought the orange without even thinking about it. And as much as I think, when I look at these, I think these are fab. I actually love these. I think the colour is really, really good. I think they're a really cool trainer. Love them, love the colour, love everything about them. Apart from the fact that I find them very, very hard to style with my wardrobe. I find them very difficult to wear, as in style. I find them very difficult to put together. I will put an outfit on that I think these are going to work with, and when I try them on, they just don't really work. And I wish I had thought a bit more about a pair of orange trainers with bright orange on them. I wish I'd thought a bit more about my actual wardrobe and what I actually wear and how I actually thought I was going to put those pieces together and make those outfits, as opposed to just thinking, I love that colour, I'm going to buy those. That's exactly what happened. I loved the colour, I bought them. If I'd thought it through and bought a pair that were maybe more neutral or had colours like purples or colours that I would wear a lot more of, I would have found it a lot easier to wear them. So I do regret buying these ones in this colourway because I just didn't think it through. I do have bright orange handbags. I have a Chanel one that's quite corally. I have the Teddy Blake bag, which is very bright orange, and I actually find it easier to style and wear the handbags than I do the trainers. So I wish I had thought them through and bought a different colour. Number 4, and this one hurts because I still really, really love this, and it is the Gucci jacket in this silk material with the cuff type material on the top and on the sleeves. Absolutely love this. I saw this on Candice from Lux and Lipstick, and Candice is really cool. She has brightly coloured hair. She has a beautiful skin tone that is different to mine. She wears very bright clothes, and I love her style and I love how she puts things together. I saw this on her. I saw this on her Instagram in a picture with a burgundy type dress underneath it, and I also saw it in a picture where she had a white underneath it, and I loved it. Loved it on her. She looks amazing, and I automatically jumped on to Tinternet to try and find it, and I ordered it, got it, loved it. Still love it. Haven't worn it. Not even once. Not even once. And I think it's because her skin tone is different to mine. The clothes that she's wearing is different than mine. The colours are different, and so far I haven't found anything to put this with. Now, I think what doesn't help is I had it stored with my coats and jackets, and this I would probably wear in the summer, and I was wearing white jeans in the summer with white and neutral colours underneath them, and I think this would have worked very well, but I forgot to take it out of where my coats and jackets are and put it in with my summer clothes, and I completely forgot all about it, and I think that didn't help me style it up in a climate whenever I could have worn it. But I have to say, impulse, influenced, loved it, bought it, haven't worn it, but I am committed to trying because I do love it, and I'm not ready to let go of it yet. I'm hoping that if I am a bit more sensible whenever the better weather comes again, because obviously I've missed the summer, that I had put it in with my summer clothes and actually tried to wear it and tried to put it together with things, and I don't think it would have been such a regret then. I'm going to try, if I get to next summer and I do that and I still don't wear it, I'm going to have a serious conversation with myself. Number 5, and a bag I no longer have here with me, and it is the Chanel Deville. And I've said before that I don't regret buying that bag. I've said before that it didn't work for me, but I don't regret buying it because I was obsessed with the pink glitter tweed. I really, really wanted it. I really wanted the Deville. I really wanted to try it. And I said before, I'm not regretting it, because if I hadn't bought it, I think I still would have wanted it and still would have been lusting after it. And I've kind of moved on from that a bit to now actually regret it. And I think it is because this is one of the bags and the only bags that I've sold that got a bit messy, because I sold it on the vlog sale and then there was a problem with currencies and transferring the money, and it worked out more for the person with all of the fees, and the sale ended up falling through, and then I had to try to sell it again. I didn't want to vlog sale it again, then I had to consign it. It all became a little bit messy, and I think that maybe left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth about that one, just because how it all went, and then it got a bit difficult selling it on. And I'm now of the mindset that if I had, before I bought that, went to the store and tried one on and objectively looked at it, tried it on, tried the size, tried to work out if it would work for me, the colour, it rains here, I have 2 small children, the pink tweed, am I at a point in my life whenever that's going to work? If I had thought about what my holidays are actually like, they're not me strutting down the promenade very often with, you know, no children running around me and completely stress-free and looking fabulous. I'm generally looking stressed and hassled and having 2 kids and trying to keep them alive and not on the sea and all these things that go on when you're on holiday with small children. So there's not that many opportunities to use that bag. And if I had really thought that through and went and tried it on, I think I could have avoided the heartache and the difficulty with that bag by thinking through the purchase before I bought it. I'm just really impulsive, and I loved the gold thread and the metallic tweed on the pink. But I think if I had applied a bit more thought at that amount of money, that I probably could have saved all of that by just being a bit more objective. And I think I now probably do regret buying that. I think it was really impulsive. I don't think I thought it through. And I think if I had, I probably would have realised it wasn't really going to work. Number 6 is these beautiful Gucci shoes that I have worn to my garden to take a picture in. Yes, that's right. Worn them to my garden to take a picture. I've never worn them. But again, it's a bit like the orange Nike trainers. I saw these in this bright yellow colour. I love bright colours. I just had to have them. I just decided when I saw them, love them, have to have them, went and bought them in the yellow suede, and I've never ever worn them. I'm not ready to give up on them yet. I keep thinking there will be a time that I will wear these. I am getting in here rejigged, which should get rid of the bags and give me more space for the shoes so I can actually see what I have, because I'm one of these people, if I can't see it, a bit like the Gucci jacket, if I can't see it, I forget about it. So I'm hoping that when I can actually see these, and next summer I can maybe rotate these or work these into my wardrobe and style them with different things, because they are stunning. But I have the gold in them. I have the gold crushed ones, which I wear a lot. Maybe I regret buying these, because if I'd thought the bright yellow through in the suede, I maybe would have realised, when are you going to wear them and what are you going to wear them with? But there you go. Number 7, I'm back to Louis Vuitton, and it's the Nano Speedy. Now, and I'm a Louis Vuitton lover, so it's nothing to do with it being Monogram. But the Nano Speedy is not a bag when it first came out that I ever actually really loved. When I looked at it objectively and looked at the bags I already had and the bags I wanted on my wish list, the Nano Speedy wasn't one that was screaming at me, you love me, buy me. But it was in lockdown. I was on Instagram a lot more than and I got influenced. I was seeing it on Instagram quite a lot, seeing people having it, saying how great it was, using it. And the more I saw it, the more I thought, oh, I really like this bag. It's complete FOMO, influence, whatever you want to call it. But the more it came up on social media, the more I thought, I want this bag, this bag's cool. Then it was hard to get, then it was a bit of a chase. Oh, it's a small Speedy, and I do love the iconic traditional Louis Vuitton bags. So the fact it was a mini Speedy, I loved that. But I had no patience, so I bought it through a reseller and I bought a ridiculous price for it, or I paid a ridiculous price for it. I paid far too much money for this bag. If I had had a bit of patience, I could have got it from the store and paid retail. But no, Amelia wouldn't wait. So I bought it through a reseller because we were in lockdown and I didn't have the same access to the store. I used it once, and I think I used it once walking the dogs, and that's about it, with my headphones in it, and that's about it. I never used it again. It was never a bag I really wanted in the first place. The non-adjustable strap didn't really work for me because it was slightly shorter than I would have liked it. Now, I have sold that bag on, and I sold it to one of my subscribers who loves that bag. It's in a far better home than I had it in. It's getting loved and used, and I'm really happy about that. But I couldn't bring myself to sell it on to one of my subscribers to the price that I paid for it, because I paid a lot over retail for a reseller. I've learned lessons. I have learned lessons. But I was so caught up in the moment, I wouldn't wait for it. I paid the reseller's price, and I sold it on at a loss because I didn't want to transfer on that increased price to somebody else. So I did take a loss on it to make it a bit fairer. I'm happy that that person is loving it and it's gone, but I do regret buying it in the first place because one, I didn't really want it. Two, it was purely caught up in the hype and the social media and the influence and the FOMO. And three, I do regret paying the reseller's price for it because it was so much above retail. I could have easily got that from the store if I just had a little bit of patience. And that is a big lesson learned. And number 8, the last one of my regrets for this video, is the 6-ring key holder, the Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. And I feel like I'm now bashing Louis Vuitton, but I love Louis Vuitton. Why did I ever buy the 6-ring key holder? I have the 4-ring key holder and it works perfectly for me. I do not have 6 keys. I do not have 6 keys that I need to put on a 6-ring key holder. I had the 4-ring key holder and never once did I have the 4-ring key holder and think, I need a bigger one. I need more space for more keys. I have keys that are missing. Never once, not even once. And I always carry my card holder at the least. So I also didn't need to put the card behind it. In the 6-ring key holder, you can slip your card in behind the key part and carry that. I never used it like that. Never once was I using my 4-ring key holder and thinking, I wish I could put my credit card in behind this. Never once. So why did I buy it? I bought it because I listened to videos and social media where people said, you have to have a 6-ring key holder. No, you don't. You have to have a 6-ring key holder if, one, you want a key holder and you have 6 keys, or you want to double it up as a wallet and use the card behind it. But if you have a 4-ring key holder like I did and use a lot of mini bags and it fits your keys and it works perfectly, why do you have to have a 6-ring key holder? You don't. But for some reason, my brain didn't calculate into actually working or turn on to work. And when I was watching these videos and hearing, oh, you have to have a 6-ring key holder, it's the best thing since sliced bread, which I do think a Louis Vuitton key holder is fabulous. I do. And the 4-ring key holder, I would not be without it. But if the 4-ring key holder works for you, you don't need the 6-ring key holder. If a different type of key holder works for you, you don't need the 6-ring key holder. But I didn't listen to that. I thought, oh, it's one of these really hyped, brilliant SLGs from Louis Vuitton that everybody says you have to have, that everybody has, it's part of everybody's collection. I need to have one. So I bought one. Didn't need to have it, never used it. Never used it once. Not even once. And it was one of those things that I only bought because I listened to people telling me what you needed to have in your collection, which, as I always say, try and drown out the noise and think about what works for you in your collection. I didn't at this point. I had the 4, I bought the 6, and I didn't need it. I never used it. I never once thought to change out of it. I am not one of these people that's going to change out of key holders. I'm not. I'm happy they're in one place, neat and tidy in the first place. So I'm not going to try sit and change from the 4 to the 6 to the 6 to the 4 and change about that. I'm just not going to do it. So it was a complete and utter waste. I never used it, not even once. And then I ultimately sold it on because it was one of those purchases I bought for all the wrong reasons and never ever used, and regret buying in the first place because if I had even turned my brain on for a minute, I could have thought through the fact I didn't need that and I was actually never going to use it. And that's number 8 on my regrets for this video. I'm sure in a few months more there's going to be a lot more regrets, and if we went further back there would be a lot more, but these are 8 of my current luxury regrets to update you on. I hope this has been entertaining and you've had a little bit of a laugh at my expense as to the mistakes that I've made. I think we all make them as we go along, but I'm trying to learn from them and try not to repeat the mistakes because these are expensive things that we're playing with. But to be honest, I still make mistakes. There are things you think you're going to work you think it's going to fit, you're going to wear this or do that, and then when you get it home and put it into your own collection, it doesn't actually work, and I have found that on so many occasions. So these are 8 of my luxury regrets. I hope they've given you some insight into some of these items or give you some food for thought if you're thinking of spending some of your hard-earned money. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for being here. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.